Tyler Christopher, who won a Daytime Emmy in 2016 for his role as Nicholas Cassadine on General Hospital, recently appeared on Maurice Benard's YouTube video podcast State of Mind. The actor opened up about his struggles as he's battled a brain injury, dealt with being bipolar, alcoholism, and more. SoapHub spoke with the star about his struggles and triumphs. Tyler Christopher opens up in part 1 of SoapHub's interview with Christopher. He spoke about why he chose to open up to Benard about his life and recovery. In part 2, he delves into his goals for the future, whether or not he heard from any pals since doing State of Mind, how he feels about his soap opera roles being recast, and more. Find out more about his journey. Also, Christopher is on Cameo now. You can book a greeting from the actor by clicking here. SoapHub, were there any topics or experiences you didn't touch upon when you spoke to Maurice? Tyler Christopher: yes. Maurice and I spoke for over an hour. I only told him a fraction of my story. When my book comes out, which tells the rest of the story, I'll sit down with Maurice again, but I want our next show to be about the healing. SoapHub: have you been back in front of the camera? Tyler Christopher: yes. Ironically, between being homeless and dealing with a brain injury, I've done 3 movies over the last several months, including Murder, Anyone? And Moon Crash. It was a chance for me to get back on my feet and in front of a camera. I was so thankful to the people who hired me. One was an old friend of mine. He is a director and asked me where I was in my life and if I could do this role. I said, sure. Tell me when to show up, and I'll do what you ask me to do. SoapHub: you talked about how hard it is being alone. How are you handling being alone now? Tyler Christopher: well, I keep it simple. Reading and writing helps a lot. When I'm writing, I won't even think about time, and then I'll realize 2 hours have gone by. You can be alone. There is such a thing as healthy alone time. Some writers spend a lot of time alone. It's how they get work done. But if I don't feel inspired to write and there's nothing I want to read and I'm scrambling and I'm bored, that's when all of the bad habits come up. SoapHub: have people reached out to you since you appeared on State of Mind? Tyler Christopher: yes. For the sake of anonymity, I won't say who they are, but I got messages from 2 people from General Hospital whom I haven't spoken to in years. They reached out and said, "Glad you're okay, and love you." That speaks volumes. They actually took the time to watch Maurice's show and to let me know they were thinking of me. I got several of those messages, but 2 close co-stars from GH reached out and said, "I'm here for you." SoapHub: how do you feel that both of the roles you played, Nicholas and Days of Our Lives Stefan, were recast with other actors? Tyler Christopher: it's a great question. Beat. It's humbling. If I'm being honest, my feeling is, that is my role. I originated it. If I hadn't taken being there for granted, I'd likely still be there. That hurts. I told Maurice leaving GH was devastating. I grew up on that show. I was a child when I started there. At least the character is living on. That makes me feel good. I created something that people wanted to watch. I read the guy watched some of my work and is respecting what I brought to the role. That made me feel good. At least, they want the character to be played like I played him. They may not want me to play him, but they want what I brought to the role to be on screen. SoapHub: what are your goals? Tyler Christopher: to take care of my children. Whatever I need to do to make that happen is what I'm going to do. I have a new manager. I have new representation. I'm going in a new direction. Before I was always on a show and couldn't get out and do other things. Now, I have no professional commitments. I want to do Broadway. That's always been a goal. SoapHub: how did you come to join Cameo? Tyler Christopher: Maurice, of all people, was the one who convinced me to do it. He said, "Ty, you know me, I can't stand social media and all of that stuff until someone convinced me to try it, and now, I love it." I employed the help of a friend who helped me put it together. Within the first few days of signing up, I got a good response. What I share with people in the cameos is a private thing. It won't be on the 6 p.m. news. I asked myself, where's the harm in reaching out to fans? I saw how many of my former co-stars are doing this. I signed up for and committed to it. I'm reaching out to fans who are paying money to have me come talk to them. SoapHub, have fans booked cameos with you to see how you're doing? Tyler Christopher, they have, and they have been very respectful. Immediately after my State of Mind episode with Maurice aired, I got a few cameo requests. People have said to me, Ty, I saw your story. My husband or my uncle is like this. I want you to come on and say hi and tell me how you're doing. SoapHub, is there anything you'd like to say to all the fans who've watched all these years and who care about you? Tyler Christopher, I want to say, thank you. Thank you for following me all these years. Soap fans are fans for decades, not for just the run of a play or for a movie or a TV show that may run a few years. Soap fans are there for you through thick and thin, and I've been through a lot of thickness. They've stuck around, and they're still here. Keep watching. I'm not going anywhere. Ad block test. Why?